Okay, so I'm just going to record just so this way, if you need help or assistance, you're able to like watch the you're able to watch the video and it'll assist you. So number one, thank you very much for volunteering for this. This is something a little different, and I'll explain why we need it as this group. So we have well over, in fact, I think at last count, I think we were close to 280. Let me check. I mean, we have a lot of games here. Let's see. 294. So people have started, and again, people are starting to work again on it. And it's getting to the point now where Carrie and I just can't maintain the quality of it. And then what I mean is that it's not bad, it's just formatting, consistency, and the look of it has to be very similar or it looks awful. Or it doesn't look refined and clean and stuff. So you three will be responsible for kind of being my style guide. My agents that are in charge of making sure that everything looks right. So and that everything the quality of the each database entry is corrected and good. So let's start with the game title. Okay, so I'm just going to start all the way at the left and walk you through everything about what the expectations are. And again, it's not that all the group is doing bad. It's just when you have 12 or 13 other people doing things, sometimes their style understanding might be a little different, with each person. So this way, this is a activity. This is it's kind of like an inter-rater task. It's an activity. So this way we can align our expectations. And you're going to be my small army that's going to go through and make sure it's all good. So you have the power to revise their content to some degree. Okay, so what you're going to do is, and I'm going to start at the very top with Third World Farmer. So let's start with the title. Okay, it's pretty easy, but when you have a title, all the important stuff should be capitalized. All the important proper noun and words should be capitalized, unless the game is strangely named, unless it's like all in lower cases for a reason. I'll give you an example. There might be like a game called Slimy or something like that, and it's purposely done in a lowercase. In that term, then you can keep it lowercase. But for the most part, you are capitalizing all the words in the title except for the articles, the, or, and things like that. So third world farmer, all of those words should be capitalized. Rolling fall should be capitalized. This one, you see that there's an ampersand, which means and for this one. This is number four. See, that's actually part of the title, so that's okay to have there. If it was and, I would want you to say and. But looking through here, all these are capitalized, and that's fine with me. So for the game title, we have to make sure that they're all capitalizing. And let me show you why this could be an issue if I didn't have you all doing your work. Let's see. Prodigy. That's a problem. Now Carrie okayed that, and it wouldn't be something that, I would kick out or say was bad, but this should be corrected to be Prodigy as in capital. I can even see where it says Prodigy here. There we go. Oh, why is it? Hold on. Delete. There we go. So I capitalized that. So for that column, please make sure it's all capital. All capitalized except for the small articles. Um, I'm trying to give you an example. Like you see how with right here is lowercase? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Not words. I would have probably capitalized words unless it was the way it looked like in the title. And again, I'm not really mad with that. It's fine. Okay, so now up to here with images. Now, images are probably the biggest disappointment I have, not because of the group, but because of just how hard it is to get a nice even image. Okay, you'll see some of them are squares. You'll see some of them are rectangles. You'll see some of them are bigger than others. I hate it. I can't stand it. I do want some sort of visual. So what I'm going to ask you all to do is to try and take a picture that is replacing, if you find there's a good one, like I don't even mind if they're rectangular like this. It's just they should all kind of be rectangular. See if you can find see if you can find something that's rectangular. I think that's going to be the nicer of them. So you may have to take some new word pictures and click them in. Now, to do this, to get the pictures, you have to put them inside the box. And I think I have directions. I think I sent you directions, but to get the directions inside, you know, take your, clip your picture from the game. So find a picture, clip it, and what you're going to do, and you're going to actually click on the box, and then there's this little insert button. Where is it? Right, it's around here someplace. Oh, here, I could just do insert image, and then you could just say image in cell. You want it inside the cell. Sorry if that's really small, by the way. There we go. Image, image in cell. So let's make them all rectangular. Now, a lot of people choose to do like the loading screen like this. If it's the nicest screen, that's fine. Or if you can get a picture of the actual game, that would be more preferable. But again, it's not the end of the world. I'm trying to make this more of like the same type. I want it to be consistent sizes. So what I may need you three to kind of decide together, you three, is how big they should be, how they should look. Do you see how this one kind of fills in the entire box? And it's okay that, I have a little space here. I wonder if it's because there. Um, it's okay if it's like there's a little bit of space, but I want it to go from left to right and be like a perfect picture like that. Okay? You see how this one doesn't kind of fit that style anymore? So that would probably be a new picture. Okay. Any questions about the images? Okay. Try your best to get a picture of the game. If you can't, just do the load screen and that's fine. I get it. Okay, game platform. So this is where things kind of get askew a little bit. We have to make sure that everybody has consistent names, as in it's web browser based. It's not browser based games, it's web browser based. Even the capital letters, even the capitals have to be the same. This is going to be a database, so we need to make sure that every single title is correct. Okay, so you'll see that, and once you get down to like other things like iOS, that is fine. It needs to be lowercase I, capital O, capital S. If you're doing Google Play, it has to be Google Play. It can't be Play, it can't be Google. It can't be Android, it can be Google Play. Okay. So we have to be consistent with the platforms. If like these are all fine now and we okayed them, but once you get lower, you start to see some inconsistencies. You see this one township right here? That's pretty good because it has everything it looks correct. It's the same format, it's capitalized, it works. Okay? And again, if you keep going down, Steam, I didn't say PC, I said Steam because Steam is a specific platform. Epic is a specific platform. They have a store, so I'm fine with them calling it Epic. Are there any questions about the game platforms? Okay. Cost. Cost is pretty easy. What you can do is you can always you see how that these are all there's like a little drop down menu for these. You can simply, if you want to, when you make a new one, you can simply copy this and paste it in and add whatever the cost is. Just make sure that it's free, it's $1 sign, $2 sign, $3 sign. Okay. And the ranges are in that PowerPoint I sent in the Google slideshow I sent you. Free, I think there's $1 sign, $2 sign, $3 sign. That's a range of how much US dollars they are. So I think three is above $10, if I'm not mistaken. I think two is between like $5 and $10, and I think $1 sign is between $1 and $5. Okay. 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 Let me come back up to this really good one that was I showed you before, which was 1 second. Sorry. I think it was 60. Let me. Okay. This Shashingo is a pretty good example right here. Okay. So do you see how this has two links? That's because it's on two platforms. It's on Steam and it's on Switch. So what a lot of people need to do is they need to make sure that we are including links to every single platform it's available on. So, and the way to do it is you just go, again, you copy and paste it, and then you can also hit the return button inside this cell. I think it's Control Command Return, and then you can paste the next link. Okay. Since it's in an since it's in a Google Sheets spreadsheet, you have to hit some special commands. It's for my computer, it's Control Command Return for it to scroll down and allow you to put more links in. All right. So try and find as many links as possible. You'll see that this one was done very well. There's a lot. There's four potential ones on here. Okay. Game description. We want to try and produce game descriptions that are substantive. They have a good explanation of what the game is about. Some of the like this one is done very well. It not only introduces the type what the game is, but it also tells them what players will do. There's a lot of in here that'll talk about the narrative of what goes on in the game, but also then what players have to do and what even maybe what they learn. That is fantastic. But as you scroll down, you end up finding as you get lower. I think this one was good. Hold on, what was this? Maybe a stretch. Uh, delete that one. Let's see. Here's a good one. 2248. Number Link Puzzle Game is a fun and engaging linking puzzle game that combines strategy and logical thinking. Players connect identical numbers in a continuous line. When connected, the same numbers merge into a larger number. The goal is to merge numbers until reaching 2,248. As numbers grow, the game becomes increasingly challenging. Players must plan their connections carefully to avoid creating unmergeable numbers, ensure the game area doesn't fill up. That's a great explanation. It's a little complex. It's probably a little more than you need, but it's perfect. Okay. So there, if you scroll down to some of the other things, you can see there are some that are just not enough. Like features thousands of curriculum-aligned STEM mini games for grades K through 8, covering math and science. You can see that right here. It says web browser. That identification is wrong. It has to be was it browser based? Like it has to be that web browser based games. Okay. So this is actually Legends of Learning is actually a gaming hub. So this can go actually into here. Trying to find examples of anything else. Okay, so I think we understand descriptions now. Okay. Subject areas are, if you're in school, this is where I would play the game in school. Math, social studies, science, reading slash LA means reading slash language arts. I will say this, that a lot of the students in here ended up they ended up doing language arts instead of reading LA. Reading is really always kind of a section of language arts, so I always just do reading slash LA. So that's something you all have to fix. ELL means English language learner. It means it's teaching you as a second language learner. It's teaching you the English language. There's not as I do have a student that's a TESOL student. I said, you know what, if you can find good English language learning games, please include them. So that's what ELL means, English language learner. There's health games, there's music games, there's art games, there's coding games, logic, computer science. Try to make sure the game that you're looking at, make sure it matches with what you think the subject should be. Okay, concept and skills. Concept and skills should all be capitalized. They should also all be separated by commas, not semicolons. So right here, if you take a look here, these are semicolons. I want commas. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put commas between them all. So this is explaining the skills and concepts that are involved in the game. Okay, like basic programming, logic, creativity. Who could tell me what's wrong with this section right here? Who could tell me what's wrong with that section right here?
Words capitalized.
Yes, capitalization.
I,
Correct.
I feel like it's mentioned the creativity and also mentioned the creative teaching. Sounds like the same.
It's actually creativity and computational thinking. So it's actually separated. So it's basic programming, capitalized, comma. Logic should be capitalized. Creativity. But you see they say logic here, but they don't put logic here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I need you to be very critical with this and go through and make sure that it's correct. Equity in computing, I don't know what that means. It's very vague. You have permission to come in here and just toss it out. Okay. Collaboration, like some of these things, I call these soft skills. These are skills that are really like their next generation, their problem solving, their creativity. You can teach them, but it should be specifically in the game that you're doing collaboration. Okay, self-expression, everything really is a self-expression. I would probably get rid of this. Creative teaching and learning is not really a skill or a concept. Okay. This is probably what I would leave it to. And then, of course, I'll let you all capitalize that. Social deduction, communication, teamwork, and strategy. Some of these are a little hard to kind of fathom. Okay. If you look, this is little alchemy. So this is about like this is kind of rudimentary chemistry. I would put chemistry here in concepts because it's about alchemy. It's about taking elements and making them into something else. So you can say that it's like chemistry. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. Do you see where it says comments? I'm now going to put it as, I call you guys, I think I call it quality assurance agents. I'm now going to call it QAA. Okay. Listen, I get you guys are busy. I know that you guys have lots of work. However, this is where you can, if you have some time, you can come on in, you can work on this, revise this, put your name in the box to let me know that it has been checked and verified. So this way I can quickly come in, check and see that you did it and it's ready. It's good to go. Okay. What I want you to do is in the next day or I want you to do this for me. Just in the next day or two, do two or three. Select two or three. Let's just do a test run. Choose two or three entries and get it all, revise it, get it all ready for me, and then put your name in there, and I will verify them by today's Wednesday. I'll do it by Friday. Okay. So this way I know that you guys are on the right path. I'm just gonna stop recording. Hold on one second. Uh, where's my recording? Here.